Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at Atlassian. It is time for an update and it seems we have extended to much lower prices as per our primary expectations since the previous video. This pattern actually puts the chart into a quite significant threat as we are still able to even track an impulse within this wave C, which could lead to significantly lower prices. Now, for context, on this chart, we have been tracking an initial wave 1 to the upside, but this has been no clear initial 5-wave pattern. It lacks the structure that would allow us to define it as such, and it forces us to prepare even for a failure of this as an entire setup. Nonetheless, we are still holding the area of support currently that extends down to $34.7 at a 78.6% retracement, but we would still need to identify additional signals, additional evidence to improve the probabilities of pushing eventually to higher prices. So, on this chart, we have in this wave 2 correction an A, B, C pattern we are tracking. This is our primary expectation, and within this wave C, we are looking at a potential impulse, in fact. So, in the previous video, we had this initial 5-wave move to the downside. We had a wave 2 correction, and there was a significant threat that we would extend to much deeper prices in a larger wave 3. We even had a good chunk of this extension already in place. We would have even preferred actually to form a wave 3 in a more direct fashion, but I would probably prefer, based on the current development of this structure, to have an internal 5-wave move. I would track in this area as a potential impulse within this wave 3. So, the thing is, since we have an initial 5-wave pattern within the wave 1, we must expect that within this as a larger wave 3, we build an impulse. Given that this would be an impulse, we would expect to have a 5-wave pattern, right? A 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, something like that. Not to have a bottom once we actually complete this as a structure and start, let's say, a larger correction. We would need to be heavily prepared that we would have a wave 4 correction and another extension, and then even this would only complete a larger wave 3 to the downside. This leaves us with a follow-up wave 4 that can be expected and a follow-up wave 5 before we could even consider a count to be full within this as a larger wave C, at least within the idea of an impulse. Now, of course, the market can ultimately shift, it can do whatever it wants, but at this point, we can identify with Elliott Wave theory strong pressure to extend to lower prices based on the pattern we currently have available on this chart, right? Now, to be clear, there are multiple ways this overall structure could be tracked as. It could ultimately not even be a wave C. It could work out as, let's say, an A, B, C pattern within a large WXY. It could bottom at any point now, but we are looking for probabilities, and for me, it would be important to identify some evidence that the bottom would be in place. For example, we could be looking for a first signal to be the break above the larger wave 4 area of resistance, right? We would like to see the $97.6 level, let's say $97.7 level, to be broken for an initial signal that this wave 3 would have a bottom in place, because currently even this can very easily extend. In fact, it doesn't even look particularly complete, and I would be watching out for direct extensions within this structure, but at this point the internal pattern has so many options that I do not believe it too useful to track these too closely, as again it has many options of how we could track this entire development. It could be that this is just a single wave 1 down. It could be that we have a series of 1, 2 setups in this area. The same could work out for having a larger wave 5 within this internal wave 3, or building rather a series of 4 or 5 patterns within this as a larger wave 3. My point is, we do not need to zoom in. We only need to identify from a larger time frame perspective the main resistance levels we would be tracking. And for the idea of an impulse to actually be dismissed, at this point I would require to get a break above the 50% retracement here, and then we could start looking for a bottom to be in place. and then we could be looking for additional signals like an initial 5-wave move to the upside. But for now, these are the levels, this is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and if you enjoy our content and want to support us directly, check out our channel membership. And as a thank you for any of these actions, I would like to invite you to sign up to our channel newsletter, where you get access to our monthly top picks where we identify for you high quality structures. Other than that, let me know what else you'd like to see, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.